Okay, so number 4 is asking us to solve each equation here, and it's asking us to also show your work. So these are two of the types of equations we've been dealing with. They don't give us the hanger diagram anymore to balance it out. Now we have to balance it out ourselves. So we have the equation negative 5x plus 12 equals 42. Remember, our goal is to get the x's or the variables on one side of the equation by themselves. We want to isolate the variable or the x's so we only have negative 5x on one side. So I rewrote the equation down here. Negative 5x plus 12 equals 42. Remember, I want to get negative 5x by itself. So right now on the left side with negative 5x, I have that plus 12. Well, how do I get rid of a plus 12? I'm going to subtract 12, so I get 0. So those go away. Since I subtracted 12 from the left side of the equation, I have to subtract 12 from the right side to keep the balance. So 42 minus 12 gets me 30. So now on the left side of the equation here, I'm left with negative 5x, right? Because the positive 12 went away. I subtracted 12 to get 0. So nothing was left on the left-hand side except negative 5x. So I'm left with negative 5x on the left side and 30 on the right side because 42 minus 12 was 30. Then I was thinking, okay, what's the opposite of multiplying by a negative 5? It's dividing by a negative 5. Negative 5 divided by negative 5, that cancels out, so that just gives me x. And then 30 divided by negative 5 gets me negative 6. So I really should just draw a line like this to show it's canceled out. It's just an x there. So x equals negative 6. And then if we look at equation B, we have negative 2, then in parentheses, w minus 3 equals 14. The first thing we have to do is, well, there are a couple strategies to solving this problem, but I'm just going to show you one in the video. We can use the distributive property. Do you see how this negative 2 is right outside the parentheses? Well, what we have to do is we have to multiply negative 2 by both numbers inside the parentheses. So, negative 2 times a w gets us negative 2w. Negative 2 times a minus or negative 3 gives us positive 6. So negative 2w plus 6 equals 14. Now this looks like the equation we were dealing with before. We want to get the w's, or the variables, on one side of the equation, all by themselves. So right now with that negative 2w, we have a positive 6. The opposite of adding 6 is subtracting 6. 6 minus 6 gives us 0. I did that to the left side, so I have to also do that to the right side to keep the balance. 14 minus 6 got us 8. So now we're left with negative 2w equals 8. Now the opposite of multiplying by negative 2 is dividing by negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 just gives me 1w. Then 8 divided by negative 2 gets me negative 4. So w equals negative 4.